Hi, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some of the things that I think are the hardest part about being big or plus size. If you can't tell, which I'm sure you can, and I'm sure everybody on the internet can, is that I am big, you know, in the word big, or plus size. I never personally see myself that way. I've never saw myself that way. I always thought I was just like everybody else. I can do everything that anybody else can do. Obviously there are little things like clothing and stuff, but we're gonna discuss this. A lot of people, they assume that all I eat is junk food, or that like all I want to eat is junk food, which is not true. Honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong, I eat my fair share of junk food. I mean, seriously, like there's some cinnamon rolls right over there on the counter that say I eat junk food. So I'm not saying I don't eat junk food, but a lot of people assume that like that's all I eat, or that I never eat healthy or anything like that, and that is so far from the truth. Especially being vegetarian now, I definitely eat more rabbit food, I guess. The point is a lot of people think that like, oh, you're big, so all you eat is junk. And that's not true. A lot of big people actually really enjoy the healthy foods, but they like to also eat junk food. Just, I mean, you know, a lot of us don't know balance in a sense, and like I definitely went through a phase where like I ate out every meal and I was eating tons of junk food, and I went through that phase. I didn't have balance of junk food and healthy food, so I didn't realize when I got to my biggest weight that there was a problem. When I got to that weight, I realized, okay, Megan, there's an issue. You're obviously doing something wrong, so you need to reevaluate. And I did, and now I eat pretty healthy, I would like to say. Another misconception that people have about big people or plus size women or men, whatever, is that we don't want to or we don't like to work out, which again is such a lie. And honestly, in some aspects, I think that big people have more want to work out, you know? They want to be healthy, they want to get fit. I think that if more of us weren't so scared to like sign up for gyms because we think people are gonna stare at us, or go to, you know, classes just because we want to, it wouldn't be so misunderstood, you know? Like, and me personally, I enjoy working out. I'm not a runner, I'm not a dancer, but I mean, do I enjoy walking and getting sweaty and hot? Yeah, I enjoy it just like everybody else. Just because I'm big doesn't mean that I can't work out or I don't want to work out. Like I said before, I do everything that anybody else does, so why would working out be any different? But I have experienced this firsthand when you go to a gym and there's all these fit people there who, you know, look really good and they're at their best, you know? And then there's people like me or bigger girls there who, you know, we're not at our best maybe. You know, we might not be where we want to be, but it's hard to go to gyms because we get stared at, or we get the weird looks, or these fit people think that they need to explain to us how something works when we can figure it out ourselves. Just because we may not be where you are doesn't mean that we don't want to be there, but we don't need your help, we don't need your charity, in other words. Before going vegetarian, I always liked salads. I always loved salads. It wasn't like me being weird or self-conscious, but on multiple occasions, not just with different people, just kind of like over the course of time, I would order salad at a restaurant and I would get the weird look or the question of, are you being self-conscious? The self-conscious question only happened 3 or 4 times, I want to say, over the course of like probably 6 years, but it still happened. And I do know friends who have told me like they don't like ordering salads when they're out because then they feel like people are gonna think that they're like dieting or something, or they're trying to watch your weight, or you know, something like that. Salads are good. And if you like salad, you should eat a salad. You shouldn't feel like you're self-conscious. I mean, I never understood that. Whenever salads sometimes aren't even healthier than anything else, you know, depending on what's in it, what's on it, what it's made with. I mean, salads aren't always healthier. They seem healthier because you're eating lettuce, but I mean, really, it's not always healthier to eat a salad. Salads are great, salads are good, salads are wonderful, but they're not always healthier. So why is it so weird to order a salad at a restaurant with your group of friends or your family? Why is when you order a salad, you're automatically dieting or watching your weight? It doesn't make sense. But especially whenever you're bigger or plus size and you go out with some friends and you order a salad, they may not say it to you, but they're definitely thinking it in some aspect. Like, oh, are they trying to diet? Are they trying to lose weight? Are they watching their calories? Are they doing Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or whoever? You know, like, definitely a thought. No one says it. No one really says it out loud. I mean, yeah, here and there, maybe your close friends will, but no one's gonna tell you, like, hey, are you dieting? Because who says stuff like that? No one. And that's the thing. No one says stuff like that out loud, but it's definitely thought. Another thing that gets really weird or feels really weird sometimes is eating in public alone. So I've done this on numerous occasions where I will go out shopping or I'll go see a movie or something of that sort, and if it's in a mall, I'll just go to the food court and grab something to eat at the food court. And I never really thought about it, and I never really cared because who cares? But I went and I would sit down and I would eat my lunch. Well, and I don't know necessarily if it was just because I was alone, but I think that being that, I'm bigger or whatever, it definitely played a part into it. So I have definitely experienced this, especially like when I was younger and I worked, and I would go out for lunch on my like lunch breaks and stuff, and I would want to just sit there, but I would always feel so weird because people would just stare at you. People just look at you, they give you these weird looks, almost like you shouldn't be eating what you're eating. It's like, you don't know my life, so why are you staring at me? But it gets really uncomfortable, it's hard, it's weird, it's awkward. I never understood why people stare at people. I don't stare at anybody, I don't judge anybody for eating by themselves. I do it all the time, so it's not a weird thing for me. But I have noticed that if it's someone who is fitter or skinnier or whatever, they don't get those weird looks. They don't get the stared at look, or the, like, oh, you shouldn't be eating that look. They don't get anything. And it's so annoying because, okay, for example, a couple weeks ago, I wanted Subway, and it was a Saturday, nobody was around, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Subway by myself, who cares? So I went to Subway by myself, and I was eating my sandwich, and there was this one lady, she was just sitting like diagonal from me, with I think her husband maybe, and she just stared at me the entire time I ate, and it made me feel so self-conscious. It made me just feel so weird. I literally lost my appetite and didn't finish what I was eating because it was so weird. And she never said anything. She never came up to me and said anything, although I wish she would have. But she was giving me this look of pity or of concern, as if me eating the Subway was the worst thing I could do. The worst thing. And does she know that I try my best to not eat out 5 days a week? No. Does she know that I try and eat as clean and as healthy as possible every other day of the week? No, she doesn't know. She has no idea, but she's looking at me as if this is all I do, is eat Subway and eat McDonald's, and she doesn't know me. And I've had friends experience this too, where people will literally just look at them as if they're so gross or as they're so sick. And it's just so sad to think that like that's what people assume, that because of our size that this is all we do. You don't know our life. One of the last things that I definitely find very hard, and that has happened on multiple occasions, and that is shopping. I have never had good luck shopping, even when I was only 200 pounds back in high school. I have never had an easy time shopping. I've always had issues with it, and 9 times out of 10 I always end up breaking down. When I was in high school, it started with trying on homecoming dresses, and I couldn't fit in any of them, and that was really hard. And then when it was prom and the dress I wanted, they didn't have the size that I needed. They had the size lower, but they didn't have my size. And that really broke my heart. And I can remember getting in the car and just crying my eyes out. And that has happened on so many different occasions, on so many different types of occasions. It could be me going to try and find jeans, and I just can't find any that are the right size. And when they are the right size, they don't fit correctly. It happens when I'm just going shopping in general, and I'm just so sad because I can't find anything that fits me. They have nothing that's in my size, and it sucks. It really sucks. And yeah, there are the stores that have the plus size and stuff, but 1, they tend to be so much more expensive. 2, they don't always have that great of selection. I haven't honestly been to a plus size store where I liked almost anything in the store. And then if I did like it, it's a shirt that's $70. Why am I going to pay $70 for a shirt? You know? And I think about these things like, if I was smaller, I wouldn't have to pay this. If I wasn't my size, I could just go and pick up any shirt and go. I mean, in reality, that's not the truth. Obviously, there's more that goes into it, but I've definitely had my moments where I've walked into a store, looked through every single rack, and not found a single thing that was in my size, that fit, or that looked good in my size or fit. Walked out of the store, walked to my car, and cried my eyes out. It happens. And I don't think a lot of people talk about it. I don't think anybody talks about it. I've never heard anybody talk about it. And maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm just emotional, but I don't think I am. Honestly, it is incredibly hard. Go clothing shopping. It really is. I don't know how people do it. I don't know why anybody does it, because it is the single-handedly the most annoying thing ever. Literally, like, I'm walking into a store and there's nothing I can wear. You know, they have this whole store full of clothes and there's nothing I can wear. Like, am I the only one that sees an issue with this? And, you know, like, yeah, stores are now starting to have, like, plus size sections, but they're literally, like, they're either, like, super, super small, and so the selection's super limited, or their section is, all the clothing in the section are, like, clothes that, like, normal 20-year-olds wouldn't wear, you know? And that's another thing. Like, people think that, like, oh, I should wear, like, a turtleneck and a big t-shirt. I don't want to wear that. You know, just like everyone else, I want to show some skin too. You know, I live in Texas, so it's about to be 110 degrees. I don't want to wear a turtleneck. I want to wear a tank top and some shorts, and we're lucky that I'm wearing that. So that's all I'm saying. Those are some of the hardest parts about being big or plus size. If you have any issues with it, leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the red subscribe button right down below, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.